Welcome to the Flat Track Factory. And I have a special treat for you. Dave Durelle.
Howdy, Mike.
Hey.
Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. You guys had a family trip and decided to stop by the factory. That's sweet. These people are going to be thrilled. They have been pestering for us to talk for quite a while. They keep asking me about things that I have to say, I think we need Davey, so we're pumped. Welcome to the Carolinas. You're new here. How was the move?
The move was horrible, and I don't want to ever do it again. It was basically an all summer deal, ordeal to get, not only move our house, family, and business out here. So it's been it was quite the undertaking. It's good to all be back in one spot, and got pretty organized now. We're back up in operation and getting stuff done, getting back to work. But yeah, it was a lot of work, and I'm glad it's over, and we're still in the process. We got a building in the process of being built, and bigger work area, big shop. So that's still going, but at least we're somewhat organized and back in operation. So.
Oh, awesome. We are very thankful to have you in the area. You've been a great addition. You're a great family. Lots of new entries for the crew that you bring, and yeah, we're just pumped. And of course, the viewers are excited. And we'll talk a little bit about what we have coming up later, but right now I'd kind of like to talk about, could you tell the viewers, you've been in Colorado for many years now, racing there locally and then around those areas, and of course your national career is on YouTube constantly. I can't scroll Facebook without seeing him in a camel challenge at Springfield. But could you tell us the experience moving to the southeast and racing here versus what you've been doing out west?
Yeah, it's definitely different, and I've been, I guess, in kind of doing the same thing for so long, just in our area, in Colorado, Kansas area, and then we'd go up to Sturgis, of course, and ride all those tracks, and those are tracks that we'd ridden all throughout the years when we were racing and traveling throughout the country, and certainly, back in those days, we'd be everywhere, all over the United States and racing, and I've kind of forgotten how different it is, and how these tracks are different here, and the clay and the dirt is different, and it's certainly back in the Midwest, it's more dry. It's clay, but it's dry, hard-packed clay. A lot of tracks are more flatter. Here, it's more moist, wet clay. Most of the tracks here are running at nighttime, so it's just a totally different surface and a totally different chassis setup, really, to get the bikes to work and to be able to get them to corner well, and tires, I think there's just a different setup there altogether, and so it's been, again, kind of a learning curve. It's kind of doing our thing in the Midwest and being successful, and then come here and it's like, I got to rethink now. I got to do this. Got to get back up to speed. So
I had a really big laugh. I hadn't heard from Davey in several weeks, maybe a month or more, and I get a call right before a race that we had this fall, and Davey Durelle is asking me about setup and tires, and I laughed. like I thought I was being punked. You don't need any advice. Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just like, but you've been here, you've been riding, you know the stuff, you know what works. And that's the biggest thing, is like anytime you go to a local track, you don't know what works, and you really have to rely on the locals that ride that track day in, week in, week out, to go, here, we've tried everything, and this is really what works, and so yeah, it's always good to lean on, bend some ears, and find out that information, and so I urge anybody, and I get calls like that too, and people that, want to purchase tires from me. And so I know enough in different areas and deal with enough customers in different areas of the country to say, all right, you're going to be riding this track, you're going to want this tire, on this width rim. So it's good to be in connection with a lot of people and all over the U.S., knowing the tracks, knowing what those tracks really require, so that I can help customers when they call me to get stuff, and that I'm going to be able to, they're going to be able to get what's going to be able to benefit them.
Are our tracks of similar size here faster because they're a little wetter and more banked and run at night? Is that safe to say? That you guys are used to a little more slick?
Yeah, more dry slick for sure. Just the sizes of the tracks are different, you
Okay.
know. Like our normal short track in Colorado is shorter than Coleridge.
Yeah. Coleridge is 850 feet around, 3 feet off the pole.
So it was, I think we figured it was about 3 teeth faster at Coleridge.
Yeah. And Coleridge is one of our smaller tracks,
Yeah.
one of our smoother tracks actually. So
And everything else we've ridden since then has
it's
been
faster.
bigger. So.
Yeah, it's faster than that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
so-
our GTR track is several teeth faster than that, and then we rode at, I think what they called a half mile, although I would say it's more of a 3/8 that was about another, what, 10 teeth faster than that or
Yeah,
something.
Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, these are all fun conversations that we can have. Kind of a teaser here in an introduction, and if I can just say something maybe a little embarrassing. Davey's a couple of years older than me. Now we're kind of the same age, but when I got into flat track, I came out of New Mexico, and there really wasn't a whole lot there. And I think maybe the Albuquerque Mile may have been the first time that I saw you, if you raced there. Mm-hmm. But then when I got in the paddock, and he obviously had a great program, and I don't know, I mean, I was kind of starstruck, to tell you the truth.
Well, you should have.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah. And now look at the T-shirt he's wearing.
Right.
It's come full circle. But in all seriousness, if you're not familiar with Davey Durelle, shame on you. You should be. If you're a flat track fan, you probably are and don't know it. Like I may have mentioned before, or in our first take that I fouled up. If you scroll on Facebook and follow Flat Track at all, there is a video from, I think it's a Springfield Mile, I think it's a Camel Challenge maybe, that you are in like on a weekly basis. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. I see those. They pop up, you know, and
Yeah.
and what the coolest thing is, it's like, it's been so long, you know, and like Camsy will see it and she'll go, "Hey, so how did you finish in this one?" I went, "I don't know," you know. It's like watching them for the first time all over again, you know.
Let me tell you a racer story. The reason he doesn't remember it is because he didn't win it. The races that I don't remember from that era is because I didn't win it. When I won it, I remember.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's probably then a lot more races that I'm not going to remember.
Yeah.
But, you're probably right.
Yeah, that's the nature of racing. The absolute most successful racer you've ever met has lost 100 times more than he's ever won.
But would Scotty Parker remember everyone?
Scotty Parker, there could be some other issues as to why maybe he doesn't remember. He was a life of a party, as I recall. So
Yeah, but I don't think he was too bad in that aspect. He had Wanda to keep him planted.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
But he wins so much, it's like, do you really remember if that was the one you won? Or just assume you won them all, you know?
in his case, it's probably good. It's probably good. All right, guys, we'll cut it off there. And if you have questions for us, for Davey, really, all of your questions that you've been throwing at me over the last 2 years about chassis and suspension setup, now's the time to put those down in the comments below, and we'll sort through those and pull those out and try to answer them. And then also just talk generally about some setup and chassis stuff. It's going to be fascinating. So don't miss that. You know the whole YouTube thing. About now, there's going to be a little subscribe button here in the middle. Click that. Go down and click the notification bell. Like it. I mean, if you're watching this long in the video, can't they click the like button? I mean, that seems like a fair trade-off. Click that like button, and little channels like this will get bumped up on the algorithm, and more people can learn about flat track. So thanks for watching.